Coming up, Americans become restless as stay-at-home orders continue. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? And mark your calendar, sports fans, one league has set a date to start again. Plus, find out how you can bring some magic into your home. Those stories and more. Newsflash starts now. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm Kylie Hession. Let's get to it. Most Americans are in favor of the restrictions in place to reduce the spreading of the coronavirus, but others are urging for America to reopen. This weekend, the You Can't Close America rally was held in the capitals of Texas, Nevada, Indiana, and Maryland, all with the modest and mostly maskless crowds objecting to stay-at-home orders. Many that participated stated that their jobs and incomes have suffered as a result of the pandemic and need for things to turn back to normal very soon. Here's what President Trump had to say in regards to the protests.
There are a lot of protests out there, and I just think that some of the governors have gotten carried away. You know, we have a lot of people that don't have to be told to do what they're doing. They've been really doing everything we've asked them.
Now let's go to Shelby Fishman, who's here to give us more on how COVID-19 is impacting the economy.
Thanks, Callie. The number of coronavirus cases continue to rise and the unemployment rate is not far behind. 22 million employees have filed for unemployment in 4 weeks. Economists predict that the rate could rise to 15%, a new post-World II high. These claims have begun to overwhelm the state labor departments. Soon, states will have to run low funding for unemployment, with states like New York only being able to fund 10 weeks of claims. Economists say that the self-employed and gig workers are taking the hardest hit. Many of these Americans are wondering when they will receive some form of relief. The first round of stimulus checks went out to those who filed their tax returns for the 2018-2019 year and authorized the IRS to issue a direct deposit refund. Social Security will automatically receive their payments as well. The main problem is that there are millions who do not fall into these two categories. Still, the Treasury insists that all those eligible will receive their payment. You can check out the status of your payment on the IRS website with the tool Get My Payment. Back to you, Kylie.
Thanks, Shelby, for that report. Let's now take a look at the case numbers from COVID-19. The CDC reported that now America has recorded more than 690,000 positive cases in the United States. This number includes over 1,200 probable cases. And of those positive cases, there have been over 35,000 deaths. This past week, the coronavirus has impacted the United States with record high numbers. The curve hasn't flattened yet and is still on the rise. But with all of these economic hardships, some states are eager to reopen. State governors have begun to roll out plans to reopen their states, but government health officials say it's too early. States like Florida and South Carolina have begun to issue a soft opening of beaches, and other states like Texas and Minnesota will begin to lift measures in certain areas as well. However, health groups warn that the U.S. is behind in testing measures, and until testing is more accessible, the reopening will be challenging. Similar to states pushing to reopen, some sports are planning to begin as well. The PGA Tour appears to be the first league to get back into play. On Thursday, the tour announced an amended schedule that includes golf coming back in mid-June. Their plan is to resume play with the Charles Schwab Challenge in Fort Worth, held June 11th to June 14th. The event will be held at the Colonial Country Club without fans in attendance, but certainly will come as good news to golf and sports fans around the world. And for the time being, while sports are on hold, the NBA is doing their part to keep fans entertained. With the NBA season postponed due to the coronavirus outbreak, the league hosted a virtual horse tournament. Fans were able to watch players like Paul Pierce, Chris Paul, and Trae Young shoot around in their backyards. Meanwhile, the WNBA made a showing with Tamika Catchings and Allie Quigley participating as well. In addition to sports, other companies are finding unique ways to connect with customers. With stay-at-home orders and social distancing, our phones are more important than ever to connect us with what matters most. And Disney hasn't forgotten that. They're now bringing the magic of their theme parks into homes with their new blog and bedtime hotline. With the bedtime hotline, you can get a sweet goodnight message from fan favorites like Mickey, Pluto, Minnie, and more. And with the blog, Disney's Magic Moments, you can learn how to draw your favorite Disney characters, watch shows about the park, or even learn how to cook your favorite Disney park dishes. Speaking of food, if there's one thing that humans and animals can agree on, it's that we all love pizza. This video of a groundhog enjoying a slice of pizza outside a Philadelphia woman's home has been shared on Facebook over 7,000 times. Kristen Bagnell says the groundhog sat outside her house and ate the pizza for over an hour. Bagnell's dogs approached the glass to check out the visitor, but the groundhog would not be deterred. I guess there's no getting in between a groundhog and his pizza. That's it for this edition of Newsflash. Thanks for watching and stay safe and healthy.